Hi yogis, I'm Nicole. Welcome to my yoga time. Today's gentle flow is ideal to undo bad posture or tension in the body. I've got 2 blocks for this practice. If you don't have blocks, you can still practice without. And I'm also going to use the wall. So do position your mat up close against the wall. We're going to start with legs against the wall. So sitting with one hip next to the wall, and then as you bring your shoulders down, swing those legs up. So you might need to have a little bit of a wiggle and a shimmy to get close. You don't need full contact between your bottom and the wall. In fact, if you're quite tight through the back and the hamstrings, you'll prefer a little more space. If you are using blocks for today's practice, option to place either one on the flat side underneath the tailbone, or you can stack 2 blocks on top of one another. And then allow those legs to fall heavy on the wall. Arms can be by your side or above the head, holding opposite elbows with the hands. And of course, option to take a mudra, chin mudra, connecting index finger and thumbs. Let's close the eyes down. Gently place the tip of your tongue where the teeth meet the roof of the mouth. It's just a gentle placement. You should feel space between the top and the bottom teeth. Invite a gentle tone through the back of your throat, but keeping the jaw relaxed. It's a lovely pose to release any tension in the back and the hamstrings. And especially nice if you've been standing all day and your legs are heavy and tired. And I encourage you to set an intention for your practice today. So just one word if you can, something you would like to invite into your body, your mind, your day. Bring your awareness to the ebb and flow of the breath, moving the body. You might like to imagine the breath moving in a wave-like motion, inhaling from the crown of the head to the soles of the feet. And pause. Exhaling from the soles of the feet to the crown of the head. And for your last few breaths here, be sure to inhale your intention. Preparing to release the pose now, bending those knees, pressing the feet into the wall, lifting up the hips, remove your blocks, and slowly lower down. When you touch down, bring those feet together and let the knees fall wide. Just a few breaths here, allowing the back to arch, Gently press down through your tailbone. And bring those knees a little closer together now, moving into reclined pigeon, placing the right ankle on the left knee. Now option 1, you might keep that left leg straight, otherwise feel free to bend the knee a little deeper, but don't let your bottom come off the mat. Continue to press down through that tailbone. Find a little flexion through your right foot and try to send your right foot to the left. And checking the softness in the jaw and the position of your tongue. Let's take 3 breaths into the outer right hip. Can you witness all 3 breaths? And let's release. Placing the block, if you have it now, in between the thighs, and we'll bring the legs over to your left, so coming into a twist. Now, soles of the feet are still flat on the wall. You want your left leg to rest on the floor, or if it doesn't quite make it there, you can use your second block or a pillow for support. If it feels okay for your neck, move the back of the head to the left, and then turn your head to the right. Try to relax the outer hips. Breathing into the lower belly and the lower back. So we're only here for 3 breaths. I'm going to count your next breath, and then I encourage you to maintain that pace. We'll inhale 4, hold 2, exhale 6, hold 2. Let's all breathe out together. And inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, holding 1, 2, exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, holding 1, 2. So preparing to bring those legs back to the wall, do engage your lower abdominal muscles and bring those legs back, releasing the block. And we'll take reclined pigeon on the left side. So left ankle is placed on the front of the right leg, either above or below the knee. Option to bend that right leg if you're going a little stronger. Inviting that arch through the back. And taking a spacious breath into the outer left hip. And let's release. Taking the block once again in between your thighs, let's twist to the right. Moving the back of the head to the right and then turning your head to the left. Observing the breath, moving the body. And same as before, I'll count your next breath. Let's breathe out together. And inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding 1, 2. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Holding 1, 2. Well done, yogis. Let's roll over onto your right side. You can remove the block and bring yourself up to seated. So coming into a seated position, by all means, feel free to cross the legs, or you can sit up on those feet only if there's no discomfort in your knees. So from here, we're going to take the arms out to the side, roll those palms in, a little stretch through the wrist, then turn those palms up, push through the heels of the palms, pull the fingers back. Then bring those arms in front, round the upper back and shoulders, cross the right arm over the left, bending the left arm. Option 1 is to stay here and create resistance between those arms. Otherwise, bend the right arm as well and take your full bind. Gently pressing those forearms together, keeping the jaw relaxed. Well done. Unravel, arms out to the side once again. We're going to turn those palms in and then up, pulling those fingers back. Reaching forward, rounding upper back and shoulders, left arm in front this time, either taking your half bind or the full bind. And release. Hands behind you now, interlace those fingers. Take them over to the left, elbow turning to the left, elbow pointing to the left, head turning to the left. And then drop the ear towards the shoulder. Your chin will lift diagonally. You should feel a nice lengthening from the jaw down to the collarbone. And come back to center. We'll go the other side. And release. Well done. Coming over onto all fours. Moving into your puppy pose. So keeping the hips up nice and high, extend the arms in front. So hands can be as wide as the mat. Forehead meeting the mat if not your block. Otherwise elbows a little closer. Bring those hands into prayer above the head. Taking the breath into the upper body now. And let's lower those hands down, lift the head, come down onto your navel and extend the arms out in front. Keep the heart lifted, try and pull your hands back and tuck your tailbone under. Well done, lower down, taking hands underneath the shoulders now, squeezing the elbows back. Keeping a tuck in the tailbone, and as you inhale, lift the heart and the legs. Try to pull the hands back like you did before and turn the heels of the palms in. And as you exhale, begin to lower. And inhale, coming up, pulling hands back once again. Exhaling down. Last one. This time interlacing the hands behind the back and inhale to float up. Keeping a lift through your inner thighs. Next exhalation, lower down. Turn your head to one side. We'll take a brief rest. And then hands under shoulders, coming up to tabletop. So having hands under shoulders, pinky fingers meeting the edges of the mat, we'll turn those toes under. Inhale into your back bend, exhale to round the spine. Doing one more. And this time as you exhale with a rounded spine, we'll lift those hips up into your downward facing dog. Feel free to walk out the legs here. Just be sure to move slowly. And on your next exhalation, step your right foot to the top of your mat, coming into a low lunge, left knee down. Give that foot a lift up if you need to. So keeping the hands down, try and pull the hands back. Try and squeeze the feet towards one another and engage your left buttock. Lift the chin. Well done. Press into the right foot, lift that left knee up and move into a twist. Right arm up. Unless that shoulder's not happy, hand to the low back instead. Here, let's press the feet away from one another. Strong and straight in your back leg. Inhale. And as you exhale, bring the hand down. Heel toe your right foot a little further to the right. So both hands are now on the inside. And of course you can use a block underneath the hands if you need to. Option 1, stay as you are. Option 2, turn those right toes out on a 45-degree angle. A little squeeze behind the knee. And feel free to bend the elbows and go a little lower. And then inhale to come up. Let's turn those right toes to the left, so both feet are parallel now to the short side of the mat. Inhale and come halfway up, so lifting heart here and the tailbone. Think of it as a little back bend in your forward bend. And then as you exhale, folding down. Inhaling halfway. Exhaling down. Last one. Staying down this time, if you can, walk your hands back in line with your feet. Push the palms down and try and slide them forward. Gently press those feet away from one another. Allow the head to hang. Be sure to engage your quads and lift those kneecaps up. Well done. Inhale to come up. Walk your hands over to the left foot now. Lower right knee down. We'll do that same sequence on this side. So low lunge. Engage the right buttocks. Try and pull the hands back. Be sure to breathe. From here, moving into your twist, turn your right shoulder in towards your left knee and press those feet away from one another. Let's lower left hand down, heel toe your foot over to the left. Option to turn the toes out on a 45-degree angle. A little squeeze in the knee. Feel free to bend the elbows and go a little lower. And return to your wide-legged forward fold. Once again, inhale, come halfway up. Then as you exhale, folding down, staying down, either keeping hands on the mat as we did before, or interlace those fingers behind the back and allow the knuckles to point up towards the ceiling. For a moment here, you might like to tuck in the chin and bring a little more length in through the back of the neck. Let's take 3 exhalations through the mouth and make a ha sound, haaing out the breath. Well done. Lower those hands back down to the floor. Walk your hands back towards your right foot and step it back into your downward facing dog. And let's step the right foot up once again, moving into your low lunge. Bring that right knee down towards the mat. Press the feet towards one another and inhale those arms out. So you might choose to stay here, turning those pinky fingers in. Otherwise, bring the hands down behind your back once again, interlace those fingers. Be sure to engage the left buttock. Inhale. And exhale, release. So lifting up those hips, stepping the left foot in just a touch, coming into your pyramid pose. Now, of course, if you want to use your blocks here, you can bring those blocks over. So let's focus first on the hamstrings. Keep the heart lifted. Try and lift the tailbone as well. Press those feet away from one another. Almost feel like you're trying to pull those hands gently back. And let's fold down now. Little bend in the right knee. If you can, belly to touch the thighs. Palms to push down and forward. Tucking in your chin. Allowing the back to round. From here, let's step that left foot back a little further. Right hand now on the inside of the right foot, and by all means use your block if you need to. Ground your left foot down, press those feet away from one another, and raise the left arm up just overhead. Begin to tuck your tailbone under. Press your right arm into the right leg and the leg into the arm. Create a little resistance. But don't overstrain. Inhale. And exhale, release. Let's step it back, downward facing dog. And take the left foot forward. Right knee to the mat. Try and draw those feet towards one another as you lift up and engage the right buttock. Either staying here or taking those hands behind you once again. And let's release. Moving into your pyramid pose, stepping the right foot up. Inhale halfway up and stay here for a few breaths. Feet press away from one another and lift your tailbone. Check the position of your tongue. And rounding the back now, push the palms down and forward, and a little tuck of the tailbone. Stepping the right foot back, bending the left knee, and bringing your left arm on the inside of the leg. Recruit your block if you need to. Ground the right foot down, coming into your side angle pose. Right arm above the head, pressing the feet away from one another and tucking your tailbone under. Find that gentle resistance between the left arm and the left leg. Inhale. And exhale, last downward facing dog. Exhale, knees to the mat. Well done. Let's lower down now into our upper back bend, restorative pose. So if you don't have blocks, you can always improvise with a rolled up towel and place it underneath the shoulders. Otherwise, 2 blocks parallel. The bottom one is going underneath the shoulders and the other one is underneath your head. So if your lower back has got your awareness here, keep those knees bent. Otherwise, feel free to straighten and relax the legs. Take the arms out to the side as high as they will comfortably go. Feel free to find your mudra. Of course, if you're wanting to go a little deeper here, you can always remove the block from underneath your head. And begin to inhale your intention once again into the heart center. And to release the pose, now let's bend those knees, turning the palms down, tucking in the chin. Coming halfway up, remove your props, and then recline once again. So just a brief moment with those feet as wide as the mat, knees falling into touch. Feeling the meeting points between the back side of the body and the mat. Acknowledge any newfound space. Let's heel toe those feet a little closer now. Raise the left leg. Place the left ankle on the right knee. Maintain the shape in the legs. Just bring them over to your right. And if the sole of the left foot doesn't meet the floor, place your block underneath for support. Now your right hand can press that leg away, or if you can comfortably reach the ankle, hold on to the ankle. I encourage you to take the left arm out to the side or even above the head. Feel free to find your mudra through your left hand. And on your next in-breath, bring those legs back to center and we'll change sides. Right ankle to the left knee. Try to relax your left leg. Let it be heavy. And following your next inhalation out of the pose, moving into Savasana now, straightening those legs. Of course, feel free to lay flat on the floor. If you do have your 2 blocks close by, you might like to place them underneath your knees or even up high underneath the hamstrings. Tucking the shoulders under, letting the heart expand. Finding Chin Mudra. As the eyes close down, be sure to soften the forehead. Relaxing the tongue and jaw. And as you drift into Savasana, be sure to inhale your intention into your spacious body, quiet mind. Let's inhale a little deeper now as you bring your awareness back. Begin to wiggle the toes and fingers, following any urges to move or stretch. And rolling onto your preferred side when you're ready. And bring yourself to seated. Hands coming to prayer. Raise them to the third eye center for clarity of thought. Fingertips lower to the lips for purity and honesty in our speech. And hands to the heart center for love and compassion in all that we do. Thanks, yogis. I hope you enjoyed the practice. If so, please do subscribe to the channel. It's the best way to support free yoga on YouTube. Have a lovely day.